we know what's going on. We're screaming so loud. Our lives are lost, and the violence just goes on. Putting us on the ground. How many fights left? How many cry till they wanna see that we get one hope? We can all sit under the sun. Oh, the world is dark, and we know what's going on. The violence just goes on. We have so many souls floating high above the clouds that were taken in wrong. But if we hold on, we will see that we have no reason to frown. We are louder than sound. The world is dark, and we know what's going on. We're screaming so loud. Our lives are lost, and the violence just goes on. Putting us on the ground. How many fights left? How many cry till they wanna see that we get one hope? We can all sit under the sun. Oh, the world is dark, and we know what's going on. The violence just goes on. We have so many souls floating high above the clouds that were taken in the wrong. But if we hold on, we will see that we have no reason to frown. We are louder than the sound.
All right, that was our musical guest, KC2. I'm not in. Forgive us as we work through some of these technical difficulties. This is the first time we've ever done anything like this. As coronavirus has changed the world, it has changed the way we are going to do our award show and our virtual art garage. So let's kick things off. I want to say thank you to our musical guest, former Mind Drive student, local Kansas City recording artist, KC2. Check him out on YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes, wherever you get your music, KC2. He's really good, and we really appreciate him being here and playing that song for us. So, to kick off the 2020 Driven Mind Awards, as I stumble through what I'm trying to say, we're going to start things off with a film that was written, directed, produced by the students in our digital design class. This project is in its second year. This is the first student short film we have done. And to kick things off, can everybody hear me just fine? Okay, thought we might have had some technical difficulties there, so I'm going to stop stumbling through my words. I'm going to trust the computer guys tonight, and we're going to start off by watching a student-produced, written, directed short film called The Garage. This is the second edition, so for anyone who has seen it, there will be some aspects that are brand new, so be looking out for that. And here we go. Hey, what's up, man?
What do you do, Ox? Guys, don't freak out or anything. Carmen's missing.
What?
What?
What? Were you being
Okay, so I'm not trying to out anyone or be a snitch, but about a week ago, between us, don't tell anyone, I was minding my business outside the restroom, waiting, and Anthony, he walked out, and I know he did not wash his hands. I could just sense it, you know? And then, about a week ago, before that, everyone was just getting donuts and enjoying breakfast, but, you know, I was still minding my business, like not even looking for it. And I saw him pick up a donut, and he took a bite out of it and then put it back and looked around. I was the only one that saw, but I promise I'm telling the truth. Just don't tell anyone I said that.
So someone said you did it. Is that true?
No.
Who did it? Who do you think did it?
Angela.
Why Angela?
He's quiet, probably has skeletons in his closet, and he's just weird. She's gone! I don't know where she is. I don't know where she could be. Did somebody take her?
What are y'all doing?
Well, why are you guys over here freaking out? We're over making posters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just checking. Checking.
Ethan.
Guys?
So we have a few safety reminders. Wear your glasses at all times. Please know where all the fire extinguishers are.
Where is she?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I told you guys she was gone. I didn't do anything else, I swear.
Please wear the proper welding gear.
If you're not going to answer to me, you're going to answer to him.
El diablo. I don't know what you think I did, but I did not do it.
So why am I here? How do you feel about Carmen being missing?
Carmen's missing? That's crazy.
Were you close to her at all?
Yeah, we were actually very, very close. I went out to eat with her yesterday.
Carmen?
Carmen. The Volkswagen Carmen Ghia is a sports car.
And that was The Garage. It's my favorite film. It took us 2 years to get to this point. Huge thank you to Rachel Ferber, our digital design instructor, to the students, Lexi, Naya, Anthony, Abdel, Trey, Zoe, Gio, everybody I'm forgetting. It was a tremendous effort to create that from scratch. A lot of that stuff was thought up at on the spot, but huge accomplishment, and we're really happy to share that with you all. So coronavirus changed our world as it did everybody's. It was spring break when we found out we weren't going to have kids coming back. It took us a minute, took me a minute to try and figure out what we should do, how we should adjust, how we could continue to try and do what it is we do when we can't be in the same room with each other, which is so hugely important to who we are and how we function. So after a while, we figured, we came up with some ideas. We started interviewing our students and mentors and put together a video series about their experiences and how coronavirus was affecting them and what they were seeing, how the experience was affecting them. And we started releasing those one at a time, and slowly it got picked up by KCTV5. And so what we want to share with you next is that news program that aired about 2 months ago on KCTV5 about our Voices from Quarantine series, about how coronavirus was affecting our students and our mentors. Check this out.
Mind Drive was an outlet. Mind Drive boosted Leland's self-esteem.
Right now, her family feels disconnected from their community.
Struggled to hear how the numbers were increasing. Right
now, her family feels disconnected. Even young people seem aware her family feels disconnected.
A friend whose parents' job has been affected by it, and my grandma was
even young people right now her family feels disconnected. People on the front lines.
People out there that are still working because they are forced to. I just hope they are able to stay safe.
Common thread is not oh, what about me? It's about a community.
The Mind Drive community is still trying to help young people grow.
It's about us rising up, support one another.
Carbon fiber.
Even if their projects have changed, one day these stories, these voices, will come together once again. In Kansas City, Nathan Vickers, KCTV5 News.
Mind Drive is also holding a small graduation parade and ceremony at Liberty Memorial. You can find the videos that their students made on kctv5.com and on our free news app.
Well, we're sorry about the audio on that. On the last video we tried to play, to some technical difficulties, but if you want to check that out, KCTV5 Mind Drive, you Google that, you'll get right to it. Please check it out. It was a nice piece. And if you want to check out the series, Voices from Quarantine, hit up our YouTube channel. All the episodes are on there, all categorized together. In addition to interviewing our students and mentors about their experiences, we were really trying to figure out how could we come up with a way to get together, have our community, and still build, and do the type of experiential project-based learning that we are known for, and that we like to do with our students and our mentors. And we searched and we searched, and we finally found a tool that we thought could be useful for us. So this next video helps illustrate what we did to continue to engage with our students and our mentors in a virtual environment where we couldn't be together and build the projects that we're used to building. So check it out. that entire world was built by students with help from a few of our mentors. And I don't know if I did this when we started tonight, but I probably forgot to introduce myself because I've never done this before. This is my first live stream. So my name is Oz Qureshi. I am the program director of MindDrive. And while we have an entire crew here, I am the only one that's going to be handling the mic tonight, except for our welding instructor in a minute, as we try and limit the amount of exposure with COVID-19. So the coronavirus affected so much of what we do. Minecraft became a huge tool for us to continue to do some of the experiential learning that works for us and our mentors. I want to give a huge shout out to Bryson and Jonah and Adonis and Julian and Isaac and Cyrus and all the students who helped create all of the landscape and the buildings and the moving structures that you saw in our server. Truly incredible work, and I know Bryson and Jonah have been hard at it for days getting ready for this event, and we really appreciate the hard work that they have put in. To follow that up, Minecraft is not obviously where we would like to be as a program. We would like to be building cars, building robots, building drones, doing the types of projects, making films that we're known for doing, that we love to do, that gets us excited, gets our students excited. But in this new reality, we weren't allowed to do that. So this next video is just a little bit of a recap on the year leading up to when coronavirus shut everything down. So this is everything. This is our 2019-2020 recap. Check it out. See what we've been up to.
Action.
Those are working.
Give me like 2 seconds before you start.
Okay.
Tell me when you
Go.
That was funny.
Rolling, rolling.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. But man, you think you wait for like ready to go. Set, go.
Hey. Jack, I'll never let go.
If you're not going to answer to me, I'm going to answer to him.
That looked
We had one shot. Okay, wait.
And then knock it down.
Where's it good? Yeah, another wall.
Cut.
3, 2, 1.
Go.
Welcome back. My name is Oz. I'm joined with Bob Knatzer, Mind Drive's welding instructor. We have a welding class that meets during the year, during the weeknight on Wednesday nights. Bob is a huge asset to our program. He used to train welders for the union. He works with our students both on Wednesday nights and on Saturdays. I'm holding an example of one of the pieces of art that our students create. This is rebar with some scrap metal, and this was done by an 8th grader, Tanner Means, from Academy Lafayette. Huge, incredible, beautiful piece. And I'm going to talk to Bob a little bit about how our students come up with this, how he comes up with these ideas. Bob, why do we start with the rebar project where they cut specific lengths, and how does that help them learn how to weld?
Well, first I want to give credit to Oz for this rebar project. He came up with the idea, and you cut a specific dimensions for all the limbs of the person. They're the same for everybody, but then they use them in different figures. And what we asked them to do was make superheroes, or whatever inspired them for these particular project. And Tanner came up with this tremendous picture of Excalibur being pulled out by Arthur. And it's amazing what they come up with in their mind. You know, they get a piece of something and they look at it and it pushes something in their mind, their imagination, and then they build a theme around it. But a very creative piece that he did. And the reason that we start out with stuff like that, I mean, people come to the welding class and they want to weld, and typically they think, oh, I'm going to pick this welder up and start making sparks and bright lights and put stuff together. But we teach them how to fabricate. They have to cut the pieces themselves, clean them up, put them together, learn how to tack stuff together. It's not just walking up and welding. And they have to learn the safety involved with it. You know, they always have to have eye protection. Welding puts out a lot of ultraviolet lights, and it can really cause sunburn on your eyes, which is flash burn. But anyway, they learn a lot of stuff to be able to weld, and it's amazing how they come up with all this. Here's another example. I had them all, one project, use a golfing theme. And I would get pictures off the internet, and I'd tell them to look it up. Different poses in golf, different postures, and they all came up with their own. And I had a bunch of old golf balls, and I thought, well, let's use the golf ball for a head just to kind of go along with the golf ball theme. And they really did enjoy doing that. We had some unfortunately, we can't show you all the ones that we have, but they really do come up with some good ideas. We've got a lot of junk back there. By the way, this class is called junk art welding, so it's specifically for that reason. But yeah, these all that we're showing so far were, anatomical, I call them, anatomical art, where they figure out a superhero or a pose that they want to make of a person. This is a very neat illustration of a bow and arrow, and you can tell if you look, they use pieces of forks, the tines of a fork, to form the hands. It's just really unique how they come up with their different ideas. Welded the face on that tube, you can see the welded face on it. Very creative. One of my favorite ones, they're all very good, but here's one that Cameron made, and it's a very neat illustration of a skateboarder, which is something he's into, and he applied it to his project, and I think he really captured it. I love the pose and everything. It's just really neat the way he pictured that in his mind and was able to put it out for everybody to see. Another superhero one here. You can see where they used a lot of forks and the handles off of silverware. I think we cleaned out every thrift shop in town there for a while getting silverware for all the different things we were doing, but that's the cape on it, and very nice. They do a great job here. Another one here, they used a meat tenderizer mallet that somebody donated to we get a lot of people giving us a lot of nice, I call it junk, but it's very neat old scrap stuff, and a bicycle chain to make this weapon for this particular warrior. And these kind like this I really enjoy. I call it more abstract art that they used a whole lot of pieces from car, like a camshaft and the springs from the valves and a lot of other stuff. That's off a paint mixer that you use to mix paint in a big bucket, this propeller here. But they really get these pieces, and this here, it's actually the brake disc. And a big part of all this is a lot of this type of stuff is different grades of metal, so they really have to learn how to weld. A lot of the harder grades, they find out that they can't just do a normal tack like they do with the mild steel. And so they learn a lot about how they have to do extra welding. Sometimes they have to use special rod. Another one here, our favorites, I love to have them take tools. We've got a lot of old tools that are donated, and they use these old tools to create their art. I mean, this is a really neat illustration of a bird out of an old pair of slip joint pliers. They cut the wings out of some plate and all that. Here's another one where they used a wrench and a sprocket, a bolt and a nut. I think Rachel said this was like a hammerhead shark, and I don't know what the student's intent was, but it does look like a hammerhead shark. But it's amazing that they are so good about it all because they always maintain their safety. We're very, you're using power tools, you're cutting metal, you're throwing sparks and flame and dust and everything, and we've never, knock on wood, had a injury yet result from all this. So we're real proud of the way the students observe all the safety precautions. And this is from one of our favorite young ladies, and we had some very creative lady welders in our program, by the way. And this is Sierra made this one, and she used a little baby spoon for the golf club, and part of a big old heavy piece of brake disc of some sort for the base, and plenty stable. A lot of times when I tell them to make something, one of the most important things they don't do is make it where it can stand up, and they find out they have to balance them out and do some stuff like that. So we had a real good year. It was cut short. We were right on the verge of making all, every year we have them all try to make one big project, and we go to the first Friday and have the art garage, and people bid on this stuff, and the kids learn that the students learn they can make a little bit of money off of a project that they make. It's amazing to see how many people come and look at their projects and are just really taken by what they come up with.
Yeah, and thank you, Bob, for being here. You did an excellent job. You're better at this than I am. But as Bob was saying, normally at this time of year, at the end of the year, we would be having our art garage in person, and you would be able to see the premiere of the student film, and you'd be able to see the welding art on display and possibly purchase if you were interested. So if anyone would like to take some of these projects home, the proceeds do end up going to the students. Please get in contact with us and let us know. We've had people come in for tours and make an offer, and that is, nothing makes a young person's day more than selling something that they created. So thanks again, Bob. And Bob mentioned that this piece was made by Sierra Randolph. Sierra is the president of our Student Leadership Council. They're called the Black Jackets because they get to wear special welding jackets, better jackets than other students. But Sierra's the president of the Black Jackets, and in that role, she has a few words that she would like to share. So I'm going to throw it to Sierra now. Thanks again to Bob. Thanks to Sierra for those words. Really appreciate it. Sierra means a lot, as you can tell. She has created a lot in her time here, and we're really appreciative of her and her contributions. And speaking of contributions, who we want to acknowledge next is the mentors that make Mind Drive a very unique place to come to be. Mentors come from all different backgrounds. They're not all into engineering. They're not all fabricators. They're not all welders like Bob. Some are retired lawyers, real estate, business. It's really across the board. It's adults who want to spend their time doing projects with young people that are just kind of out of this world. Because when you do something together where there is no script, there is no blueprint for how to do it, you know you're going to fail. And through that process, you come together and young people see, they learn what it takes, how you deal with failure. When things don't go your way, you don't chuck it out the window. You figure out what went wrong, or you try a new path. We have one project, several projects that have taken us longer than we had wanted them to take. But we got there, and we went through that process together. To our mentors, to all of you who haven't been able to come and be a part of our community in person the way that we would like to, we miss you. We miss you so much. This is for you.
If you have anything going on and you talk to your mentor, he can help you out with those things. So I feel like a mentor is a big part to students at Mindrive.
The thing that sets us apart, like Mindrive mentors versus regular mentors, is that you're failing with your mentors.
Yeah.
And I think it's a really good example to watch, and you don't see it a lot in other
relationships.
Right. You don't see it a lot in other relationships, is that you're failing together, and you can watch how that mentor has failed, and that is how they mentor.
But here, because we are failing together, it's more of like, okay, we failed, but let's just pick it up and start over. Like, okay, we did it wrong, now let's do it right. And I think that's one of the most important things that I learned from my mentors.
Mentors are the best. They show you their careers, they show you their passions, they show you what drives them, and they show you what you can drive yourself with. For all the mentors that I've had, and for all the mentors that are coming in, thank you.
Welcome back. Thanks again to our mentors. You mean everything to us. It makes Mindrive what it is. And now it is that time in our program when we are forced to say goodbye to a class of students who are moving on. Some will stay in Kansas City and hopefully stay on as mentors too, but a lot of them are moving on, pursuing careers, dreams, going to college, going to employment. But this group of students has accomplished an incredible amount in their time at Mindrive. And now we would like to share with you what our students have accomplished, what our graduating class 2020 seniors have accomplished at MindDrive.
Carmen?
There's two things I'm gonna miss the most, and that's just like having conversations with Oz, John, and you know, different people around there explaining me to things and leading me to a better path. I'm gonna miss that probably the most, having those conversations with those people on Saturday mornings, coming into a welcome, a homely environment and a space where I feel welcome. My second thing is I'm gonna miss the people. I probably would say I've made some of my best friendships and connections through MindDrive. Best one life of lifetime. So I'm gonna miss those two the most.
It's a safe space for real.
Yeah,
like I feel like that might be a good way to put it, is that no matter what, you feel safe and you feel, I don't know, like you have somebody here that you can talk to and you have something that you can give to everybody here.
I mean, without MindDrive, I would have gotten to where I am right now. I had no other option that I thought I had available to me. I thought everything was limited. I didn't have anything to do. But when MindDrive came along, they showed me a different path. They showed me that I feared myself presentable for the audience. And how to speak my own opinion without being judged or having a critical judgment on me.
Honestly, I think it was learning everything.
And welcome back. Sorry for those technical difficulties. Once again, we're going to miss our seniors. Heard from Carlos today, who you saw in the video. He was surprised today with a check from Honeywell. Carlos became the first recipient of the Latinx Scholarship for Engineering from Honeywell. It was a huge accomplishment for him. We're super happy for him. We can't wait to share the video of him receiving that. Now it's time for us to give away some awards. Normally in the past, we have about 11 awards that we like to give out, everything from drone racing to welding to driver of the year, but the coronavirus has changed our plans. So this year we decided, since the year got cut short, that we would bring that number down. So we've got 3 awards we're going to give away tonight for the 2019-2020 year. And we're going to start with the Driven Award. This award means a lot to us because it is an award for outstanding contributions to a team or group. This award represents hard work. It represents putting the group and the team ahead. And the students that are nominated for this award their work is what makes us who we are and what allows us to accomplish the types of projects that we do and push the envelope and create things that have never been created before. We need young people who are willing to put in the work. So I present to you the nominees for the Driven Award for 2020. Congratulations to Nayana Williams from Crossroads Academy. Nayana and her team were building a car that we called the Honey Badger. This car used to exist to us as an Electrothon, a steel frame Electrothon car, and it wasn't very successful. And Nayana and her team, thanks to leadership from Q and the rest of the members on that team, but really the hard work and the design from Nayana, that car was really starting to take shape. It was going to be a 4-wheel electric sort of street dune buggy. So congratulations to Nayana, 2020 Driven Award recipients. Next award up for us is Leader of the Year, which doesn't need a whole lot of introduction. The students nominated for this award exemplify what we think of, what we believe in when we talk about leadership, especially from our student leaders. To me, just one aspect of what I think about when I think about a leader is someone who is willing to take responsibility for something when it goes wrong, as much, if not more, for when it goes right. That's one of the hallmarks that I look for in a leader, or look to develop in young leaders. And these nominees truly do exemplify that. So 2020 nominees for Leader of the Year. Congratulations, Carlos. Leader of the Year 2020. Carlos Alonso has been with us, 4 years, accomplished a lot in our program, helped us establish our Electrothon car racing program, set the initial lap record in Beloit, Kansas, helped us launch our drone racing program, was featured in a video that's on rotorush.com that goes out across the world so that schools all across the globe can see that young people can use a flight simulation app to fly actual racing drones. Carlos is featured in that video. It's been sent all over the globe. Carlos also helped us start our robotics program. And today he just got his scholarship to Honeywell. Huge. Honeywell, based on Carlos's application, decided to create a scholarship for Latinx students based on the strength of his application. So he deserves it. He works hard. He's one of those people that just puts his head down and gets to it. So we're going to miss him. Hopefully, if he goes to school here locally, we'll still see him as a mentor. So next up, final award tonight is the top honor. It's Student of the Year. This goes to it doesn't need any introduction. It's the best student 2019-2020, and I'm going to introduce you to the nominees now. Congratulations, Eli. Eli came to Mind Drive his senior year from East High School. Eli did everything. Was in every class. Anytime anything needed to be done, Eli was there. Needed something picked up, he got it. Needed something built, he got it. Needed help with an event, he was there. It's hard to imagine, he's one of those kids that I thought he had been with us for 4 years because got to know him so well, and the amount of work that he put in the short time that he had, even with a coronavirus shortened school year. Huge congratulations to you, Eli. You deserve it. And now I'd like to bring back our musical guest, KC2, former Mind Drive student, graduate, Kansas City recording artist. We're going to try and work this out. Apologize for the technical difficulties tonight. So we try and get this set up here. Once again, I give you KC2.
Send me your location. location, let's focus on communicating, 'cause I just need the time and place to come through. Oh, won't you send me your location? Let's ride the vibrations. I don't need nothing else but you. At times I wonder if I fall for you, but this is new to me, this is new to you. Initially, I didn't wanna fall, but you gathered my attention, it was all for you. So don't take advantage, don't leave my heart damaged. I understand that things go a little bit better when you plan it. So won't you send me your location? Let's focus on communicating, 'cause I just need the time and place to come through. Oh, won't you send me your location? Let's ride the vibrations. I don't need nothing else but you. Send me your location, let's focus on communicating, 'cause I just need the time and place to come through. Oh, won't you send me your location? Let's ride the vibrations. I don't need nothing else but you. Right, come and vibe with me tonight. I don't need nothing else but you. Right, come and vibe with me tonight. I don't need nothing else but you.
Thank you. I'm gonna ask him a few questions if we can get him to stick around, if we can get our screen back to where it needs to be. So I got KC2 with us. Kent Crockett, as we used to. Am I in the camera? Probably not. I lost the mask. I couldn't work it out. I apologize. We're gonna do our best to try not to infect each other, but. Kent, man, thank you for doing that. Thank you for showing up and playing for us. Where can people go? Where can they go to find your music? Where can they go to see you perform?
Recently, performances have been cut down a lot. My bad. But for my music, most of it, if not all of it, is on any streaming platform that you can listen to your music on, from iHeartRadio to iTunes, literally. And then I post videos on YouTube for tutorials and other covers and original music that I put out whenever I can. But whenever I can get another show going, it'll most likely be on my Instagram, which is official KC2_.
Check it out. There's some good stuff there. And seriously, if you want to learn how to play the guitar, he's got some videos on YouTube. You should check them out.
I do lessons as well. I mean, they'll obviously have to be virtual right now, but anything that you might want to play, there are some songs that are up there that are pretty dope. So
where does the inspiration come from for you as an artist, as a creative? It's difficult right now, I would imagine, with the world, the way that it has changed on us in the last several months. How difficult is it to be a creative right now, and where do you draw inspiration from?
Most of my inspiration comes from just the virtual world currently. I try not to make everything so heavy, just because everything that's going on is so heavy recently with all the protests, and on top of that coronavirus, and then everything that's political that's going on. So I mean it's a lot of reading, a lot of watching videos, a lot of just kind of talking to other creatives that are kind of going through the same thing. So
now, as I mentioned, you were a Mind Drive student yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's been you've been out for a few years, but where'd you go to school, and what was your Mind Drive experience like?
Well, I went to school in Penn Valley and UMKC, so I have 2 associates, and I'm working on a 3rd associate's. I know I could have had a bachelor's by now, but I'm indecisive, so these things happen. But my experience with Mind Drive was really from my sophomore year of high school. I had no idea what I was doing in any kind of way, shape, or form. I was just going to school, going home. And then I came here, and it was like, okay, so like I can actually do stuff that like makes a difference and like matters to people. And then like bringing the music here, it was like, oh, like people actually want to hear what I have to say. So it was like I wouldn't even be doing music in the aspect that I'm doing it now if it wasn't for like the motivation that I was given through Mind Drive. So
I just remember how much you grew.
It's crazy.
We were the same height when we started. But thanks again. Thank you for being here. We really appreciate it.
For sure.
Again, check him out, KC2. We're going to run that graduate video back for you because I think we got cut off halfway through. So we can send that shout out to our graduates again. Check out their video.
Carmen?
There's two things I'm gonna miss the most, and that's just like having conversations with Oz, John, and you know, different people around there explaining me to things and leading me to a better path. I'm gonna miss that probably the most, having those conversations with those people on Saturday mornings, coming into a welcome, a homely environment and a space where I feel welcome. My second thing is I'm gonna miss the people. I probably would say I've made some of my best friendships and connections through people through Mind Drive. Best one life of lifetimes. So I'm gonna miss those two the most.
It's a safe space, for real.
Yeah, for
like
real.
I feel like that might be a good way to put it, is that no matter what, you feel safe and you feel, I don't know, like you have somebody here that you can talk to, and you have something that you can give to everybody here.
I mean, without Mind Drive, I would have gotten to where I am right now. I had no other option I thought I had available to me. I thought everything was limited. I didn't have anything to do. But when Mind Drive came along, they showed me a different path. They showed me that I appeared myself presentable for the audience, and how to give my own opinion without being judged or having critical judgment on me.
Honestly, I think it was learning everything I learned here. Yeah, welding, flying drones, doing everything that you guys taught me how to do. I loved everything that I did this year. It's great.
I was, wasn't the best person in the world when I got into my job. Everything really changed and opened my eyes to the possibilities and things that I can do, basically. So I feel like my job was the biggest step in my life.
We don't have time to be sad about what we did and didn't do, Like we had to pick it up, and that was something that I'll be able to use my whole entire life. Like that confidence of, okay, I failed, but what can I do to fix it now?
top line. Let's do it. Let's make it official.
Let's do it.
Make sure to wash your hands. If you're gonna go outside, make sure you got those gloves, you got those masks. You're not touching anything fishy. And just make sure your friends and family is staying safe and healthy as well.
That concludes the 2020 Driven Mind Awards and Virtual Art Garage. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being with us. If you want to check anything out you missed, check out our YouTube channel, Facebook. It'll all be there. I want to thank Rachel Ferber, the people in the building that helped put all this together, Naya, Alexis, Damon King, Julian, Mike Enos, Bob Knatzer. Huge shout out to those people. Thank you for helping us put this night together. And to Kent Crockett, KC2, check them out. That's it. Have a good weekend.